is the question for today. You guys, welcome to the channel. You may be thinking right off the bat, this girl is such a hypocrite. Why she's asking, why do designers paint everything white? Go ahead, you might think I'm a hypocrite, but I'm gonna say a few things, a few pet peeves, and this is where it stemmed from. The other night, Joey and I were watching a design television show, one of these makeover shows. I won't name it. For those of you new on my channel, you may or may not know, I used to be the lead designer for ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition with Ty Pennington. So it's hard for me to watch these television shows and not give them a hard time because I lived and breathed in that world for 8 long but amazing years. So I am watching this television show late at night, and we don't even watch that much TV, but I certainly don't watch home makeover shows. But I had it on, and won't name names, but everything they went into, they just painted it white. It was like, oh yes, this is a beautiful space. I think I'll just paint it, and we would end it white. She's gonna paint it white. Oh my gosh, everything she painted white. Why? Why do designers paint everything white? Now, I remember during Extreme Makeover days, if we were found an old piece of furniture, all those homes were new construction. But if it was an old piece of furniture, like a mahogany door that we had found at a local salvage place, I remember so many times carpenters saying, "Oh, don't tell me you're gonna paint this. Please don't tell me you're gonna paint this wood. This wood should not be painted." And I remember so many times in the beginning of my career thinking like, what's the big deal? But the more that I've learned about wood and the more that I'm around construction and see the longevity of things and durability and more education on the knowledge of history and architecture, species of woods and all that. And I'm not 100% an expert, but I've learned a lot since those early days. I now understand why they say, oh God, I hope she doesn't paint it white. I hope she doesn't paint it white. Now I'm saying this to y'all, and right now our home is being painted white. Go ahead, say she's a hypocrite. Our trim is stained and we decided to paint it white, but I left some wood, y'all. I left some wood. Here's the problem. Well, let me show you what first of all, actually, let me finish the thought. So they were going into a space, and it was an old mid-century home on this television show. They walk in, the walls or the ceilings, are wood paneling. They're beautiful. The wood paneling on the ceiling is, people would die or pay a lot of money for this paneling on this type of ceiling. And it was authentic to the mid-century that the house was built in, the decade that the house was built in, and they were going for a mid-century look, and the designers still chose to paint the ceilings white. I was cringing, like bed sheets up, like I can't watch, I can't do it. I'm not one to call people out on social media, so I'm not gonna do that, but I am gonna sit here and say, you guys, let's give it a chance. Don't just automatically go into a space and spray everything white. Okay, there are times to salvage the wood. Here's an example. In our own home, again, please don't consider me a hypocrite. I did save some wood. All of the doors in our living room, there's like 6, they're not all functioning doors, but there's a lot of double framed door/windows. I left them all the original Douglas fir that they are. The problem with our house was there were like 3 different stain colors in that one room, and that's where I draw the line and say that's too many finishes, because by the time that I layer in tile for the backsplash or rugs or finished furniture, textiles, that it's just too many things going on and it's too eclectic. It actually looked like a cabin. I've been into cabins where builders intentionally did like 50 plus species of wood. And it was beautiful. And that was the intention of the design. For us, we love wood and we want to appreciate wood, but we don't want too many different stains of wood. So what I want to say to you guys, builders, carpenters, people in my life that have taught me this, thank you for teaching me about the beauty of wood and wanting to preserve it. And designers out there, let's challenge ourselves to not just go in and paint everything white. Look at the wood, consider what species it is, what stain, if it has one, if it's a clear coat. Consider it, just give it a thought. Maybe by embracing the wood in the space, you're paying better homage to the architecture, to the history of the remodel, things like that. Don't just go in and spray everything white. Now, I do understand there's a time and a place. So let's talk about the color of white that I've chosen. Now we go to the other funny thing about, stand by, I have another message. $50 Shades of White. I have been in the designer many times where someone's like, she's looking at all of these whites and the guy is like, or girl, whoever, is like, those all look the same. What, how, why, or even the box of tiles we have that are all white tiles, aren't those all the same? There's like 50 shades of white out. Why don't you just pick one? It is hard to pick the right white, and I will tell you some tips and tricks. With white, if you're gonna do this, if you're gonna spray things white, look at the white in the space that you're painting. Look at it in the daylight, look at it at night, look at it in the artificial light that it will be in. All of these things matter. Whether the sun is coming in from the west side or from the east side, those give two different hues. So when you're being made fun of because you can't select the white that you want, I get it. I've been that person. But I wanted to share, because a lot of you have asked, what white we used in our home. I feel like I'm giving away a secret. So if you have subscribed recently, consider this a gift. I hope that you'll feel like you're getting a lot of value here and learning a lot. The color that we selected, people have been asking, and my favorite white recently is High Reflective White 7757 from Sherwin-Williams. Y'all, this white is the most pure white that I have found in interior paint recently. It's a newer color. They came out with it a couple years ago. My go-to used to be 7006 Extra White. I remember during Extreme Makeover days, we didn't have that color. We did a lot of pure white. But look at these three whites right here. This is when we go into 50 Shades of Gray. Actually, we used a lot of Snowbound and Alabaster. But look at this. This used to be my go-to. This is the paint we just painted our house. This is also used to be a go-to. But look at the different hues, and you can tell in a card when you're picking paint by going up and down, you can see the hues. So this extra white obviously feels more blue. The high reflective white goes just a little bit more warm. So when you get up here, it's a very pure white. And then over here, it goes a little bit more beige, I'd say even warmer. And you can see that, but these whites just aren't quite as pure. So I'm giving you a trade secret. My favorite white right now is High Reflective White from Sherwin-Williams. But y'all, I'm not gonna paint everything white in our house. So consider the wood. Also, what's nice to change up sometimes is to consider doing a white, like a lime wash. This is a beautiful lime plaster that can take a white wall up so many levels. It is beautiful, it looks European, it looks authentic. It almost feels like a concrete vibe, but it's plaster, it's lime plaster. It is more expensive than just a regular white paint, but for a feature room where you really want the walls to feel very warm and inviting, this is an awesome option rather than just spraying everything white. So if you're remodeling a space, I'm just gonna ask you to consider leaving some element of wood in the home. It adds a layer of depth and warmth and texture and history and natural, like environmental. It's good for the environment to not blast through with white paint everywhere. And so to all of you builders out there, I hope you enjoyed this video, because I feel like a lot of you, I hope, are going, yes, yes, yes. And y'all, the next time I watch a home television show, I think I can't. I think I won't. I can't handle it. So designers, stop painting everything white. Leave some wood elements in the home. That's all I have to say about that. I've given you my trade secret with my favorite white right now. I hope you learned something and were inspired. That is all I have for you today from your little lady with the big ideas and, quite frankly, today with the bold statements. You guys, I want to hear your feedback. What do you think? Have you seen what I'm talking about? Do you see this when you're watching television and you think, why are they even paying that person to just like go in and spray everything white? How much talent does that take? I want to know. I want to hear what you think. So please leave comments. And yes, I'm excited to hear from you. Thank you for joining us, and come back. We'll see you next time.